It's cozy season. You need blankets, pillows. You need mugs. You need
You know what I want?
tea koozie. What's your cozy season must-haves?
Holiday themed glasses and dishware. You know, I finally got my little Christmas plates that I've wanted for years and years and years last Christmas. I want like some sort
It's
of
not
like
my culture, but
I know
I
it's not
respect
your culture, but I want more like Christmassy drinkware, plateware.
Okay, well, you know a great place to get that.
Wayfair.
Yeah, you got to be stocking up at Wayfair.
I'm stocking up at Wayfair.
Because not only are you going to get the cozy items that you so desire, but you're going to get great deals on the cozy items you so desire. Because Wayfair has great deals on things your home actually needs, especially before the holidays. They have everything from sofas to spatulas. You name it, they have it. They also have styles you can't find anywhere else. No cookie cutter stuff that everyone else has, so you can make your home way more you. Right now, you can shop Wayfair's insane holiday deals and get up to 70% off during their Black Friday deals.
You know what items I'm all ready for thanks to Wayfair?
What items?
Christmas napkins. It sounds silly, but I want them and I like them.
Get them.
Christmas, they've got little Christmas trees on them.
Get
and
them.
they're napkins.
Just
okay?
just have me over and make cookies. Like,
And you'll go, not my culture, when you like wipe your mouth, but that's fine. That's
no,
totally
I'll say
fine.
these are gorgeous.
Thank you. Don't miss out on saving big with Wayfair this holiday. Head to wayfair.com now to shop Wayfair's Black Friday deals. That's WAYFAIR.com.
You will drive it.
Yo, they wanna know.
Hey,
Mia.
hey,
Mia.
hey. I want to be famous.
Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Bobby Finger.
I'm Lindsay Weber.
And this is Timmy's dispatch from Nikki Reed's photography exhibit, Into the Unknown, which he went to, by the way, wearing a Who Weekly hat and a Twilight shirt.
I can't troll.
Okay, here
He's
it is.
trolling.
Yo, Lindsay, Bobby, hooligans, what's up? Thank you so much for rocking the vote, going to the polls and voting. This is Timmy, obviously, and I am here at the Nikki Reed Into the Unknown Leica Gallery. I'm here with fellow hooligan Amanda. Amanda, say hi.
Hello, crunch, crunch.
So the gallery is quite gorgeous. There are approximately 24 Nikki photos. We viewed the entire gallery. The curator did ask me how I found out about the gallery, and I did have to embarrassingly say that I read it on Just Jared. Personally, my favorite photo is the snow cows. Amanda, what was your favorite photo?
Reflections.
Yeah, so if you're in the Los Angeles WeHo area, come check it out. Down at the Nikki Reed Photo Gallery. Crunch, crunch, bye.
If you're in the Los Angeles WeHo area, check it out.
He also said it was like
Timmy's
in the
so
store.
funny.
He was like in the camera store.
It's
Like,
in.
so yeah, this gallery's in the camera store. I'm like, yeah, no kidding, bitch. You thought it was going to be at the Broad? You thought it was going to be in a museum?
You thought it was going to be at the Getty? Oh my God.
I'm sorry,
At
you thought you were
LACMA?
going to a museum? The girlie got 24 photos at the Leica the camera store, so you could see the photo and buy the camera.
You think these are in Mrs. Basil E. Frank Wheeler's mixed up files, Timmy? Like, what
Wait,
are you
what?
expecting?
What a reference! Timmy might not even get that one. It's younger.
No, but that's a timeless book.
Okay.
It's a timeless book.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you, Timmy, for doing this, and thank you, hooligans, for
An
voting
incredible
for Timmy
voice
to do
note,
this.
too.
It's really,
Yeah.
really funny. Thank you, everyone. Okay, what's first on the
Thank you,
docket for
everyone.
today?
Thank
I
you,
mean,
everyone.
it's everyone and it's Timmy. You know, thank you, everyone. What's first on
This
the
is
docket
one of my
today?
favorite stories in a long time, I have to say.
Oh, same.
I mean, first of all, it's what do you call it? It's Streisand effect, first of all, because I didn't know that this was a thing until the person who had the problem complained about the thing, which is a classic thing. Okay, so this is about Melissa Joan Hart, right?
Yes.
Melissa Joan Hart is out here. Clarissa explains it all for anyone who is the right age. She is out here complaining about these Dumois blind items about this feud that she supposedly has with none other than Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham. And
She's acting
tangentially
as if,
Angelica Houston.
she's acting as if, right, we'll get there. She's acting as if the culture is like aware that this feud is happening and she's debunking the feud. I didn't even know that there was accusations of feud which is incredible because when I saw the headlines, Melissa Joan Hart debunks feud with Lena Dunham, I said, what is she?
What feud?
I didn't even know the first part of the story. But then in her complaint, I learned that the story is actually fucking hilarious. The whole thing is so funny. Melissa Joan Hart hates Lena Dunham.
We have to. Well, that's the thing. If we had just left this with a Dumois post alleging that Melissa Joan Hart hates Lena Dunham, I would have been like, what? Why do I care? That's probably not true. Moving on. But because Melissa Joan Hart
it is true.
keeps commenting, I'm like, oh my God, Melissa Joan Hart hates Lena Dunham.
Hates Lena Dunham. But the reason why Melissa Joan Hart hates Lena Dunham is very fascinating.
Yeah.
It has to do with like nepotism, kind of. It has like a family.
Allegedly.
It has a family tie-in. Okay, no, I think it's true. Okay,
I'll read the first one.
Read the first two. And then
Okay.
I'll read the weird third, the bonus third. These are the blind items. These are courtesy of
From
submissions
Dumois.
on Dumois. And I think they're the truest thing Dumois has ever posted.
Pseudonyms, please. Which, please? Email, redacted. Subject, Sabrina the Teenage, asterisks. Message, can confirm that MJH has it out for Lena Dunham. They've been frenemies for a long time. Lena's dad was friends with the creator of Clarissa Explains It All. I'm like, it's funny that that's supposed to make sense to me. You know, like, okay, I get it.
Well, it does in later. If you dig in, it does, weirdly.
The dinner party fight about child drag queens was just one piece of the
What?
puzzle. Melissa has a knack for alienating people in her life. They disappear like magic. Her views are controversial and chaotic, and she gets really argumentative about them. I didn't see the Instagram story, but it's common knowledge in both of their circles that they've been beefing for a while. Then the next one comes.
What is both of their circles?
I feel like their circles are nowhere close to even being Venn diagrams. Their circles
They're
are like,
not even in the same
it's
zip
like
code.
it's like one of them is Mercury and one of them is Pluto. They couldn't be farther away. You
Right.
know, like those
Yes.
circles will never
I mean,
intersect.
maybe on a map of the planets, they look like they could be close to each other, but in actuality, baby, they're not. It's space. They're really far.
They're really far. They will never, ever,
Okay.
ever intersect. Okay, the next one.
No.
Subject line, spill. Message, not Melissa Joan Hart dodging questions about Lena in her live stream today. We need more info on this, please. How do they even know each other?
A great question. Okay. And here's the last one, which is hilarious. This one is
It's so
100% true because nobody could ever make this up. That's the thing, you know? If like either a beautiful mind that needs to be crowned like Queen of America made this up, or it's true. Okay,
Yeah.
so you choose. Okay. Message. The subject is witches stick together, which is funny. Message. Angelica Houston said some very nasty things about Lena Dunham the other night at a party I attended for my boss.
recently.
I couldn't figure out.
Recently.
I couldn't figure out how or why Lena would even cross her mind, but I was informed that Angelica starred in a Lifetime movie that was directed by Melissa Joan Hart. Apparently, Melissa and Lena have beef. I'd be pretty scared if my enemy had the Angelica Houston in her corner. So not only does Melissa Joan Hart hate Lena Dunham, this is fact, this is true. Okay, not allegedly. No, allegedly. Okay, bye. She's literally talking shit about Lena Dunham to Angelica Houston in such a convincing manner that Angelica Houston is going to parties and being like, you know who sucks ass? Lena Dunham.
I fucking hate that woman. I hate her so fucking much.
At Girls Peak, I'm sure there were a lot of celebrities that weren't huge fans of Lena Dunham. She is a controversial figure.
At anything's peak. At anything's peak, you know?
At anything's peak, everybody has an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been 10 years since Girls. Lena
Premiere.
Dunham is pretty, I would say if anything, she's been recontextualized and she's loved by many actors because she's working as a director. She's still doing creative stuff.
Everyone loves Catherine Colberti, you know?
And what's it called? Induction, investment, industry.
Industry. She's involved in industry?
So it just doesn't, it seems like would be really out of the blue, or Melissa Joan Hart is on a tear.
But also, Angelica Houston
air.
starred in a Melissa Joan Hart Lifetime movie in 2017. Like, whatever Melissa Joan Hart told Angelica Houston about Lena Dunham really lingered. It really stuck in the brain. She's still talking about this.
Yeah, now Melissa is stepping behind the camera as the director and executive producer of the new Lifetime movie, The Watcher in the Woods. It stars Oscar winner Angelica Houston and is a remake of the 1980 cult classic. And good for you, honey.
Thank you.
You've been wanting to do this along with your mom, who's one of the producers as well, for a long time. Tell us
really
about
long
that.
time. Yeah, you know, when I was doing Sabrina, my mom's my executive producer, producing partner at our company, Heartbreak Films. And on hiatuses from Sabrina, we'd always try to figure out what's the summer project, what are we going to do? And she asked me what I wanted to do, and Watcher in the Woods was one of my favorite movies as a child. So she was like, trying to seek out the rights from Disney, and it took 17 years.
Yes, good
and then
for
I was
you.
too old to play the teenager and too young to play Mrs. Aylwood, the role that we put Angelica Houston, and that was originally Betty Davis.
Right.
And although
Listen
I still,
to you,
I still
throwing
wanted
out
to play.
names like this, isn't it thrilling?
See,
There are literally so many interviews, and I think this is what it is. There are quite a few interviews with the guy who created Clarissa
Explains it all.
Explains It All. His name is
Mitchell
his name
Kriegman.
is Mitchell Kriegman. And the thing is that he loves to give interviews, and he says that Clarissa grew up to be Lena Dunham. He loves girls. And I think that's because Girls is good, but also I think it's because he is family friends with Lena Dunham. That wasn't a joke. That was real.
Yes.
Lena even made a tweet that was like a joke about this. She said, this was in 2013, ready to address charges of nepotism on girls. It is true. My father did play doubles tennis with the creator of Clarissa Explains It All. So she's making a joke about nepotism. But this is years and years and years and years before this feud. She's revealing that her father is family friends with Mitchell Kriegman. And I think Melissa is sick of hearing Mitchell Kriegman talk about how great Lena Dunham is. I'm serious. I think that is where this all stems from.
And also, she's sick of having this character that truly is, I was not a Clarissa Explains It All person, but truly is beloved by a whole generation of people. Sort of be like retconned or co-opted into some other person.
Into
like
girls.
Transformed
Yeah.
into Lena Dunham, Hannah Horvath or whatever. You know, like, I feel like she's probably annoyed that her biggest cultural impact is now being like transformed into something that doesn't involve her anymore. Even if it's
Right.
only
She's
in
a
these
little
little
mad.
interviews. You know?
But I'm also like, it's so funny how often this guy has said this. There is an IndieWire interview where the headline is, Embrace Nostalgia and Innovation with Clarissa Explains It All creator Mitchell Kriegman. And the subhead is, below we discuss why Clarissa was never allowed to grow up, blah, 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 and why he'll defend Lena Dunham until the day he dies. So literally in this interview, he says, Lena Dunham is and should be the model for so many people. They got to throw film school out and follow the path of Lena Dunham because she did tons of short web series and tons of filmmaking and just was like picking up a camera and making a film. And that led to her success, in my opinion. And this was given in 2014, this interview. So I'm telling you, this feud has been simmering.
You know who he doesn't defend to the death in any interview? Melissa Joan Hart.
Clarissa? Yeah.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Well, Melissa Joan Hart, we haven't even like mentioned this, but true heads might already know. Melissa Joan Hart is a contentious Hollywood figure. She's conservative. She's religious. Like she's very.
She's traditional.
She's traditional.
I think conservative is the main thing. It's not like she's religious. It's like she's
Well,
a
she could tell herself
conservative
that only
She's an
Christians
asshole.
are good people.
No, yeah. But it's like it's that sort of thing, and it's like what was the
Like
what's
she gives interviews to Fox News and she says that there are more Republicans in Hollywood than you think. Like she's giving exclusives to Fox News where she says that.
well
That's
then
weird.
this headline, I mean, with the horrible slug, Melissa Joan Hart told Sun only Christians are good people, anti-Semitism, because the headline is Melissa Joan Hart told her 6-year-old son that only people who believe in Jesus are good, and people are calling her out for casual anti-Semitism. She's like just an asshole. She's a shitty person, allegedly.
I love
seemingly.
this because I went to the Dumois Reddit to engage with this because it started there. So I thought, are we having conversations about this? Is there anything else that I'm missing here? And I'm so glad that I did. First of all, thank you to a commenter, was reminded of this time where Page Six reported on overhearing Melissa Joan Hart complain when she had a People cover and Farrah Fawcett died, and she thought they were going to take away her People cover. This is a headline from June 3rd, 2009. She had a People cover, and it's even more embarrassing when I tell you why she was on the cover of People. How I lost 42
It's a
pounds.
hot mic. And also they reported this because they had audio.
Melissa Joan Hart's cold-hearted thoughts on Farrah. Melissa Joan Hart should learn to keep her voice down. The former Sabrina the Teenage Witch star was overheard off camera at KTLA in LA on Friday saying how she'd been hoping last week that cancer-stricken Farrah Fawcett wouldn't die and thus bump Hart off the cover of People magazine. I gotta say, she wasn't actually being mean. She said she hoped she didn't die. She said she wanted her to stay alive. So,
But like for one more week.
Wait, I'm not done. I have to finish the end of this. Hart is on this week's cover posing in a bikini after recently losing 42 pounds. Hart appeared on KTLA to promote her new ice cream and candy store.
It was a Nutrisystem cover. She was doing promo for Nutrisystem.
Awful. Awful.
And so when
awful,
people were talking
awful.
about this in the Reddit thread, Lindsay's on the Dumois Reddit thread reading about this and hearing people bring these things up. And then who's responding to someone who says, so if one person says, oh, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Melissa Joan Hart complained about maybe getting her People cover bumped because of Philip Seymour Hoffman's death. Someone else responds, it was Farrah Fawcett. Then in a response to the person saying it was actually Farrah Fawcett, MGH here. Hi, sorry, Melissa here. Although I'm sure you won't believe me. Heard I was having a battle with another actress and wanted to see who was spreading the lies. And then I saw your comment on here and I had to join Reddit and the convo to debunk this. When I got on People magazine in 2008, I was overheard backstage of a talk show being asked by a friend how I could possibly end up on a cover as a joke. And there had been a recent article explaining how covers get chosen, and it said that they were carefully watching Ms. Fawcett's health for a possible cover and TV star who lost weight. I made an uncool remark to my friend in jest, and it went viral when the sound guy sold the audio tape to a tabloid. I issued an apology to her family immediately, but the intention was never mean-spirited. As for Lena, I don't know her at all, but I find this rumor confusing and entertaining. However, I hope she doesn't believe that I have anything against her. And hey, this place seems toxic for humanity. Be kind. Again, she means the subreddit for Dumois. That's definitely Melissa Joan Hart, right?
She's right about two things. Reddit is toxic, and she is correct. It is a toxic place. Number two, I do think that it is kind of funny that she made a remark to her friend like, hope she doesn't die so that I can stay on the cover of People magazine. That is not that crazy.
No, it's kind of funny.
She should take her mic off. She should make sure her mic's off before she says shit.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But I can't believe that you just like clicked on her profile and she's still leaving comments on Reddit.
No, she's like and first of all, I went to this account. I mean, you can't tell whether it's actually her, like, by any reason, except for the fact that she did just join Reddit. Like, it is a newly formed account. And she's only commenting in this thread where she's saying, you know, hi, just clarifying a few things. I'm currently independent, and if anything, lean more into libertarian. I'm like, I don't care. Libertarian. Okay, she's libertarian. I'm religious, but I believe every person deserves to be loved and respected. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody said she left Hallmark for a more conservative network. They thought she was a GAC girly, but she's not. She said, I'm actually affiliated and have a 4-picture deal at Lifetime and have made 8 movies, directed, produced, starred in all these years. Not Hallmark. Lifetime is much more inclusive. So she's not a GAC. She's saying, I'm not a GAC girly. I'm not a great American family girly.
And which we haven't even gotten into, it's believable that this is actually MJH. And again, the username is MJH here because she's on a tear publicly. She posted those Dumois photos, those screenshots, to her personal Instagram account to comment on them. And again, if she had a publicist worth their salt, the publicist would say, ignore.
It's like, don't repost the gossip. Like, like nobody was covering this outside of Dumois until you reposted and denied the gossip.
And not only did this girlie post the original gossip, she posted all 3 bits of gossip that Lindsay and I read earlier. She posted the Angelica Houston gossip. She posted all 3 screenshots and said, so I don't normally pay attention to the tabloid rumor mill, but numerous friends have asked me about my, quote, rivalry with @Lena Dunham. She added her, and I'm truly confused. We have no beef.
I hope Lena thinks it's funny, because it really is. Lena, I would just be like,
I
are
hope
you kidding me?
We have no beef, and as far as I can remember, we haven't even had the pleasure of meeting, let alone having enough of a relationship to warrant any time to discuss drag queens. Don't let them get you with flashy links as they pretend to give you hot gossip that doesn't exist. First of all, The gossip exists. You're arguing that it's not true.
The gossip
I
don't even know what what's the drag queen thinks.
Well, yeah, we'll get to it.
I couldn't even find that. Okay.
I'm a fan of Lena's work and all that she does to support females in our industry and hope to share a latte someday. Please be careful not to get caught up in the hateful rhetoric of these sites and promote division, then spew crap to make a profit. # my TED Talk. And then it's also edited.
The rumor is the two fought about child drag queens. One of the blinds, apparently not one of the ones that we read, alleged that they were at a dinner party together and fought about child's drag queens.
Yeah, see, I just read about that. I was trying to get the exact quote, but that is it. It's just like there was a rumor that they were together in the same room yelling at each other about child drag queens. But that's why she mentions that she's never met her IRL, because that rumor is that they were together at a dinner party fighting about child drag queens. So
that could possibly not be true, but do I think that Melissa Joan Hart has had it out for Lena Dunham ever since the creator of Clarissa Explains It All started talking about how great Lena is? 100%. 100%. That feels so normal.
Do I believe that Melissa Joan Hart in 2017 told Angelica Houston, I fucking hate Lena Dunham? Yes, I do. And you know that Angelica Houston was probably like, this is delicious. Thank you so much for this.
She's played a sarcastic and funny adolescent on Clarissa Explains It All.
Hey, I look really cute.
And a teen with magical powers on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But now Melissa Joan Hart is taking on a more serious role in the faith-based film God's Not Dead 2.
I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you.
We met up with the veteran actress for coffee at Sugar and Plum in Manhattan.
So you go from Clarissa to Sabrina to the persecuted Christian teacher. Quite a role reversal for you.
I love it.
All right.
We have a new Nepo baby. We have, who wrote this? You or Timmy. Hard launch of new Nepo baby, Michael Consuelos. And I think that's really good language to use here, because this is like,
thank you.
Nepo babies. We're so used to Nepo babies being a reveal. Like, someone is becoming famous. They're in a buzzy project. And then through that narrative, through that reveal of them, like, introducing themselves via a project, it's like, oh, did you know that so-and-so is actually a child of so-and-so? What we have here with Michael Consuelos is a full, total embrace of nepotism from the onset. We are introducing you to Michael Consuelos, and he is Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa's son. In the Sexiest Man Alive issue of People.
Right. He's done some acting, but we're really not even leading with that. We're leading with the parents. And same with their daughter, Lola, who also, I think, released music at one point. But no, we're leading with the nepotism. And the first question we're asking is, do you raid your father's closet for clothes or whatever? Mm-hmm. And how do you feel that your father has muscles? Does that make you feel weird? These are the questions we're asking. I'm serious.
And he's like, no, I love it.
And then we're writing about the reaction to you being in the People's Sexiest Man Alive issue by your mom, Kelly Ripa.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's shirtless in the Sexiest Man Alive issue. He has a full page photo. The Sexiest Man Alive issue has a lot of like call outs, sidebars, thumbnail photos. He gets a full page.
A lot of men.
He gets a full page.
And he played, I mean, I would argue that if you're like, is Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' son an actor? I would say technically yes, but actually no. You don't get to be an actor by playing your father as a younger version in a movie. That doesn't, to me, you are literally what does that make you? That makes you like a picture or just like a stand-in almost.
A stand-in.
You literally are, you're literally a stunt double. So him playing young Hiram Lodge in Riverdale, I would argue, is not acting. It's just existing.
Yeah. But I mean, even stunt doubles, I think, require a little more talent than stand in for your father as a young person.
Well, they have to hurt themselves. Yeah, they have to jump and run. Yeah. This guy, that was his first audition ever. The irony of them saying he auditioned for this is very funny. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he auditioned. Mm-hmm. I mean,
we've seen it. We've seen it with Idris Elba and his daughter. She auditioned to be his daughter, and then she didn't nail the audition.
No, but listen, he wasn't auditioning to play his son. He was auditioning to play him at a younger age, and they look a lot alike. They look a lot alike. They really do.
Even the People's Sexiest Man Alive issue that features him shirtless has a photo of Mark Consuelos in like the upper corner at the same age to show like, look how alike they look. They're identical. They're twins.
And this kid's like, he's ready for the spotlight. Like, who put these links here? Was this you or Timmy? I mean, he's been on their talk show. He's been on the talk show like 40,000 times. I mean, Kelly's kids wish her a happy birthday. Mark Consuelos helps Kelly produce Live from Home. Blah, blah, blah. Interview. Talks about Kelly and her new dog, Lena. What? Talks about the family vacation to Italy. I mean...
I need you to hear, really quickly before we move on, though, I need you to hear Kelly Ripa react to Ryan Seacrest being like, Chris is on the cover. He's the sexiest man alive. Chris Evans. Listen to what Kelly Ripa says.
So I'm looking, okay, Chris Evans, like, what? Great. He's a lot of pressure every day. Would you want that pressure? No, probably not. And then I get to this section here about
Which Chris is that?
This is the Chris. It's that Chris.
Chris
It's not Chris Hemsworth Chris. Chris Evans. Yeah, good shot. Congratulations, Chris.
She's like in the middle of a burp. She's like, which Chris is that? She's great. She's so fucking
Kelly
funny.
Ripa. Yeah,
She's
she
so
is.
funny. And when you watch Kelly Ripa's behavior, especially her behavior as she sort of like pokes fun at her son being in this magazine, it's like, of course this is what her son's doing. Like, they raise their children to be exactly this, and they are so
I think
thrilled.
she's always generally been a likable person throughout her career, Kelly Ripa.
The only person who doesn't like her is Kathy Lee Gifford.
But Kathy Lee says she has no plans to read Ripa's new book, Livewire, which is number 3 on the New York Times bestsellers list, because of what she writes about Philbin.
What's the point? I don't get it. I'm not going to read the book. I haven't read it. I don't even know if it's out yet.
Chewing food.
Chewing food. Right. Again,
Chewing
that's
food.
like radical honesty. What I eat in a day.
Yeah,
Radical
it really
honesty.
is. It is. Like, we repeat it because it is unfounded.
Yeah.
Chewing food.
Then I host my morning show. You're going to say, Kelly, do you eat anything? Not before I talk on the air. So I don't have any sort of chewing food before I talk on the air.
Okay, do we want to move on to Cynthia Bailey's fan art? Because I do.
This is hard because it's hilarious, but it's a visual. It's a visual prompt. So you're going to have to go take a look and follow along. Cynthia Bailey shows off a portrait drawn by a superfan. So she posted this drawing of herself that
This
was
tone is
submitted.
amazing.
It's good. And so Cynthia Bailey, who is on Housewives of Atlanta, had a photo drawn of her. She posted the photo and then she wrote, so one of my biggest and most supportive fans slid into my DMs to ask for my permission to draw me. Of course, I was excited and said yes right away. I was so honored. Okay.
Line break.
Not
Okay. Line break.
Not exactly what I expected, but I absolutely love this drawing of me. It is the love and thought that counts. I respect the art. Please give at everything RHOA some love. She didn't think I was going to like it. Thank you, Queen. Love you. And then, literally a legend, she put the original photo side by side as if to be like,
swipe left for the original photo.
Here's what like it should look like. That is so
But
funny.
it's like it's her main headshot from the show. It's like it's full glam. It's above a full glam. It's maximum glam, And then here's this charcoal photo that it's just
the way this girlie captured her boobs will never be forgotten. 2 circles intersecting, not Venn diagramming, but
not
just
Venn diagram, but they're touching. They're
touching tips.
They're touching.
Two beautiful half circles, arcs, just protruding from chest, touching gently.
And it's all black and white. It's all, I guess, charcoal, pencil, and then one pop of
so
color.
funny.
One pop of color in Cynthia's earrings. Let's make them gold.
I love this. And the person who drew it at Everything RHOA said, y'all, I tried. Like, the person knows that it's not a good drawing. Y'all, I tried.
She probably got so many follows out of this. And then Cynthia responded, "It was a good try, Queen. I love you."
And then she reposted it.
It's cute. I think that she knows that, like, it's funny. I think she definitely was like, are you sure that I can post this? Because it seems like even Everything RHOA was like, this isn't good. And Cynthia was like, this is going to be a good gag. We're both going to get a lot of attention for this. It's going to be entirely positive attention.
I mean,
and I'm
I also
sure
think that it's earnest. You're making it a little bit cynical, but I think it's kind of earnest. Like, whatever, that's nice.
No, I think that they had a very nice conversation behind the scenes where they, like, understood that it was bad, but also that it was, like, loving. No, I don't mean to make it sound cynical. It is very funny, though. And never forget someone tweeting at Bad Baby a piece of, not great fan art saying, at Bad Baby, I hope you like this drawing I drew of you. And Bad Baby quote tweeted it and said, I do not, but I fuck with you for trying.
So I love this DM that I got from Octavia Spencer, who I love. I posted a picture of her. She commented, thanks sis, I'm a huge fan of yours. She said she was a huge fan of mine as well, which I flipped out. I say, oh my God, thank you, I'm from Alabama. Anyway, just continue to move in greatness. I'm such a huge fan, God bless you. And then she responds back, oh my God, no way. You are so graceful, even when it's difficult to be. Keep being you. Black women need those positive images. Amen.
I slept in a terrible bed at one of our dates this story. I won't reveal where it was because I don't want to be super rude, but the bed was absolutely horrendous. Big dip in the middle. I was always like rolling into the center. It was so bad. My back hurt so bad when I woke up. And guess what? When I got home, my favorite part of being home was getting in bed.
Yeah, you were like back into my mattress.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real bed that was chosen for me based on a quiz, the Helix quiz.
Right. And sometimes when people use my mattress, they're like, that's a little soft. And I'm like, yeah, it's made for me, not for you.
For you.
Which actually even drives home the fact that it's so made for me. You know what I mean? I kind of relish in the fact, I don't want my friends to be uncomfortable, but I'm like, I kind of am like celebrating the fact that it's like for my body, not for yours.
I just sleep so much better on my own mattress than literally any other mattress. And that's because Helix mattresses rock. I wake up, my back doesn't hurt. I wake up, I don't have night sweats. I wake up and I'm thrilled. I wake up and I say, I love you, Helix.
That's
so
incredible.
If you want to experience the joy that I experience every
time
I get in bed,
the
and
satisfaction,
every time I get out of bed, you should go to helixsleep.com/who because you will get 25% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with any mattress purchase. Plus, get a free bedding bundle, which includes 2 dream pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order at helixsleep.com/who. That's helixsleep.com/who. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Can't imagine it any other way. Whoweekly.us is a Squarespace. It will always be a Squarespace. We love our Squarespace.
Even if they said no more advertising on this podcast, we would still have it be a Squarespace because honestly, it's just the easiest, sanest way to have a website on the internet at this point.
Yeah. I really can't think of another option.
No, I wouldn't even know how to do another option at this point. It's like it is a perfect way. I know they have all the features I need. If there's a new feature that I need somehow in the future, I know that they're going to have it. Let's say there's something we need to do on this website that I can't even think of right now. I know that in the future
advances,
that they will have our
I
back.
trust that Squarespace will keep up.
Well, because right now it's like, we have our tour dates that we're able to change on a whim, which we need to. But Squarespace does plenty of other things. They've got, you could do a course, you could host a course, you could do analytics, you could do email campaigns, you can take payments, you can sell stuff. I mean, it's like we could do whatever we wanted on Squarespace, and I am actually comforted knowing that I could do that in the future.
Yeah.
So head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/who and save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. That's 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Moving on, I love this. This is so relatable. Flavor Flav got into a fight with someone at Spirit Airlines. Relatable, not that I've ever cursed out anyone at an airplane, but like
who hasn't gotten a fight with Spirit Airlines?
Well, who hasn't been irrationally annoyed with, well, not irrationally, quite rationally annoyed with Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines, is an airline where there are no rules. There's no reason to be
mean to people. There's no reason to yell at people who work for, just an airline company or just trying to go about their day. But Spirit Airlines, they really do get on the nerves.
Spirit Airlines is like, if you like air travel, but you don't want to spend a lot of money and you also love gambling, because there's no guarantee that just because you bought a Spirit Airlines ticket that you're going to get where you're going, that you want to go. It's completely up in the air in every sense of the word. And so he got trapped by Spirit Airlines in Las Vegas. They apparently fucked up by closing the door before he got on. So he got the headline, Flavor Flav curses out Spirit Airlines employee after missing flight. And my joke was, I'd curse out Spirit Airlines if I made my flight. You have to put a little,
that's funny,
a little whatever at the end. So his explanation actually makes a little bit of sense. So he says it wasn't that he was like in the other part of the terminal and he was running late. He was there the whole time, but he told TMZ that he commonly, I'm quoting them, commonly waits to board until everyone else is on because
And then they
people
just
always want
don't
to
let
take
him
photos
on.
of him. Yeah, and it's like people always want to take photos of me. And if I'm on the plane and people want to take photos of me, then it slows everyone down. He was like, I literally didn't get on the plane first out of politeness to everyone.
If he was wearing his clock, I'd
clogs.
be like, come on. Like,
Yes.
you're just drawing attention.
And so
If you don't want to have photos be taken of you while you're trying to get on a plane, take the clock off. I got to see if he's wearing the clock. Clicked on the photos. Hold on.
But I just love that
Hold
he
on.
like had the most reasonable explanation for why he did this. And then he said, Spirit Airlines shut the door on me while I was in line to board. I was upset. I said some harsh words to the gate agent. I apologize to those who witnessed me acting out of character. I do not apologize to Spirit Airlines or the gate agent.
He's not wearing a clock at all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, right. Like he's not like showing up to catch his flight in full
Flav.
costume.
Yeah. He looks
full
like just a
Flav
normal guy.
Vibe. He just looks like a normal guy, and people are recognizing him and ask for photos. Wow. I do not apologize to Spirit Airlines or the gate agent.
Such a funny statement. I'm sure he was awful to them. I don't doubt it. Okay, moving on. I could create a segue for this, but I don't want to. Rainn Wilson says that he changed his name to Rainfall Heatwave Extreme Winter Wilson. He didn't. Show me the documents. Show me the fucking court documents.
I'm
He didn't
so
do shit.
sick of people tweeting this, posting this. I guess this is what he wanted. He wanted the attention and he got it. But I did not like that people were reporting on this as if he actually changed his name.
Yeah, that's what bothered me. And the only people who were really, it wasn't, Deadline didn't do it. It was Variety. Variety actually wrote, like, we don't really think that he did this. A lot of people were taking what he said completely seriously, authentically. They didn't take it with a grain of salt. They took it as gospel. Meanwhile, the Variety write-up specifically says, although Wilson said of his name change, quote, this is not a joke, it is unclear whether the actor and activist plans to officially change his name on government documents. And so it's like, yeah, that's the thing here. Like, if you actually showed me your changed name on documents, I would take this more seriously as like an act of, I don't know, protest or awareness. Literally all you did was change your thing.
We're being cynical because it's like people are just reporting on this really like annoyingly. But to be fair, like he got the attention that he wanted from this, which was like people talking about it in a very straightforward way, where it's like there, he changed his name to this crazy name. Oh, we're getting attention. Does that give attention to the climate change emergency? I don't know how effective that is, but like that was the goal of the campaign, which was like the stunt to make your name, to change your name. And you can go to some website and you can also quote unquote change your name or get a new name that's like Bobby Tornado.
You can just write in whatever you want.
Mudslide
Weber.
No,
Bobby 2 Fingers of Water in the Mississippi. Like it's something you still have to come up with yourself. Lindsay, hot as a Weber grill.
Lindsay, no more Hoover Dam. It's gone. Sorry, I'm not even thinking of ones that are clever.
You like
just, like
Lindsay, it's hot as a Weber
with.
grill?
That's good. That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
It is.
Yeah, that's
In
good, I
November.
guess. It's fine.
I guess you're right that I should be kinder to him for doing this because, who could bemoan anyone for trying to bring awareness to the fact that the planet's burning up? But I guess to kind of go off what you're saying, my actual problem here is with the way it's reported. That's what's getting me so mad. It's like, why are we taking all of this at face value? Face value! That's the phrase I couldn't remember. Why are we taking all of this at face value? He didn't actually change
We're
his
taking
name.
it at ass value. Yeah, he
Yes.
didn't. It's we're
It's like
getting
weirdly irresponsible.
This is us pilled. We're pilled by the idea that somebody would be like misreporting something that was just stupid and you could look up. But again, it is for like quote unquote a good cause. No, it's
Yes.
it's for a good cause.
It's for a good
It is.
cause. It is a good cause.
But Rainn Wilson's name is not Rainfall Heat
Wave
Wave
Extreme Winter Wilson. No, it's not that.
Why keep the Wilson? Just do Extreme Winter.
Rainfall, Extreme Winter. No, that's good. Okay.
Hi, my name is Rainn. I'm an actor and I care about the planet. So I'm going to Greenland with some scientists to witness firsthand the melting of the glaciers and learn some hard science about climate change. I pray this makes even a little bit of difference. Also, don't be an idiot. Rainn.
I tried to watch the Culpo sisters on Discovery Plus this morning, but Discovery Plus was down, like all across North America, and I'm pissed off about it. As a paying
What's the point
subscriber,
of you paying for Discovery Plus if it's going to be down when you want to wake up early and watch the Culpos sisters TV show on E?
Exactly.
I'm Olivia. I'm Aurora. And I'm Sophia. Is that her name? Well, she was Sophie up until like last week, and now she's Sophia.
Exactly. I wanted to watch episode 1, Meet the Culpos, and I wanted to watch episode 2, Indecent Proposal, which has the description, Olivia enlists her mom's help for a photo shoot, and Sophia crosses a line. Which one, Sophia? I don't know yet, because I haven't watched the show because Discovery Plus didn't work until like an hour ago.
I heard enlist, and I was like, they're in the Army? The Culpos are joining the Navy?
Well, maybe they would, but I won't know until I watch the Culpo sisters on Discovery Plus. It's actually on TLC.
Mind-boggling that the Kardashians have moved to Hulu and E has brought in the Culpo sisters.
TLC.
Is it not E?
No, it's TLC, which is even weirder. No, it's TLC.
Wait, that's even more.
It's
That's
weirder.
a little bit more. That's interesting.
It's interesting.
I swore it was E. All right, so the Culpo sisters, the Culpo sisters, they are sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they? Olivia Culpo
was Miss Universe.
She's from Rhode Island. She dated Nick Jonas briefly.
Yes.
And then she also dated the football player.
Danny Amendola?
Yeah.
That
She
guy?
dated him for a while. Yeah.
And then she dated Christian McCaffrey, but I think they're still together. He's another football player. She loves football players.
So she now has her own TV show, which is actually like the correct trajectory for this, because you're like, how do you become more famous than just like these little blips that are mentioned on Who Weekly? It's like, well, when you have a TV show, then maybe you'll be interesting enough. Then you'll get like plot lines from that TV show will be talked about. I'm already seeing headlines from the TV show, which is really insane.
Which is the point. We've talked about this before. This is the point of the TV show. The show isn't the point. The point is the reaction.
Yeah. The point is the coverage.
Exactly. You don't have to watch Kardashians on Hulu to know what's happening on the Kardashians on Hulu. Like, it exists so much outside of the show that it's like, it doesn't matter what the ratings are as long as people in celebrity journalism and entertainment journalism are watching. You know, like that's the sort of gag about the whole thing, and everyone knows it. Like, all of the people who make these shows know it. It's not about the ratings necessarily.
It was really organic, honestly. We were just being ourselves on Instagram. Some would consider it to be quite obnoxious. But anyway, people kept DMing us, you have to have a show, you have to have a show. And so the more we thought about it, the more we realized, well, we love being with each other. We're best friends. People are enjoying this content. It's really fun for us. Why don't we just have somebody else produce it?
Yeah. I think we also bring out parts of each other that we don't show on our own personal Instagrams. So it's just an interesting dynamic to see us all together. And yeah, it was nice to not have to produce our own show on our Instagram.
And we get headlines like, the fights were epic. Olivia, Sophia, and Aurora Culpo on new reality show. Those are their names, by the way. The only actually famous one is Olivia, and they're just trying to piggyback off her, which is fine. We've seen it happen before.
The show has to be even watched, which is weird. Like, they're already doing headlines about these other characters on the show or these other women on the show, but I'm like, who even are they? The fact that they're getting headline, like Aurora Culpo says ex-husband wasn't willing to change after cheating. Like, I don't even know who that is. Like, she's a sister, but like, you have to prove to me that she's a thing.
But here's the thing. When you click on that Page 6 story, Aurora Culpo says ex-husband wasn't willing to change after cheating. Here's the thing. It doesn't even rely on you having to watch the show. They have an exclusive clip from the show before it premieres embedded in here. So you can get it all here without even having to have a Discovery Plus login.
Page 6 is hoping that the show is popular and therefore people will care about this headline, but it is really funny and bold to like put this out there. Essentially, it's like an episode recap of a show that like who knows who isn't even watching.
I know, but I think that this is all part of the grand strategy, because if you flood the press with these types of stories well before the show premieres and in the early weeks, then when people are Googling to find out what's happening, they're seeing all this sort of like inflated coverage of these people, and then they're like, oh, maybe they are famous. Maybe I should watch the Culpo sisters on TLC. I think there is like that bit of psychology here. Like, they're fucking with people. They're making them seem more famous than they actually are. They're like, oh, why is Aurora Culpo in the title of a new episode of Who Weekly? It's like, because of this. Because of this.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be now. You just said it. You just
Aurora
wished
Culpo.
it into.
And she's married to someone named, can you guess her husband's name? You'll never guess it. Ex-husband, Mikey Bartone. Oh my God. Mikey Bartone.
What?
The reason he's famous is because he was on a season of Survivor. Survivor Micronesia.
I'm definitely flirting with Mary. Absolutely. She's a cute girl, and I'm having fun with her on the island. She's a friendly, funny girl to get along with. I want to get Mary to trust me, and if I can use my flirtatious ability to get her in my back pocket, then I'm going to use it.
Let's move on to relationships. There are some important ones. Chris Evans was People's Sexiest Man of the Year this year.
We talked about Chris Evans being People's Sexiest Man alive on the Patreon because obviously he is A-lister, right? But after what we didn't talk about, which kind of happened a little bit after the story dropped, was they dropped another story very close to the tail end of the People's Sexiest Man Alive coverage, which was that he has been dating this girlie, Alba Baptista. She's Portuguese. She is an actress. They have been dating for apparently over a year, right? So this kind of secretish girlfriend, which I think people did kind of know but didn't really care.
The fans knew.
This kind of secretish girlfriend has been kind of waiting around. Chris Evans does this huge thing. You on the Patreon said, what is he even promoting? Why would he do this? It makes no sense. And then I kind of realized that in that article where they're talking about him, you know, he's so sexy. He also says like, I want to settle down. Like I want to find a girlie. I want a family. I love love.
Wife, kids, building a family. That's absolutely something I want, you know.
And then not even a few hours later, they release, oh, he's dating this woman. I think the press was for him being like a family guy, not the family guy, a family guy. Like, I think the angle is more obscure than just what
a Marvel
movie is
hunk
he
is settling down. You know, like a longtime bachelor who had a lot of famous girlfriends is settling down. No, you're right.
I think he's like,
it's a good
I'm
narrative.
Clooneying or whatever. Like I was
You
this and
wishes.
this way, and now I want you to see me this way.
No, you're right. I think that makes total sense. That is an explanation.
I think that's the promo.
It's not the project that he's promoting. It's the personality that he's promoting.
Exactly. And he's like, I have been dating this girl for over a year. Now we can put that out there because it's not just me dating a 25-year-old when I'm 41, right? She's 25, he's 41.
Yeah.
It's that I'm serious about this girlie and I'm going to marry her.
And also I think that it probably has a lot to do with, the more I think about it and the more that you're talking about this theory, I know that he's doing another big action movie with The Rock because they released that like mind-numbing promo for it, like filming, and then The Rock was like, so I hear you're People's Sexiest Man of the Year or whatever, and it was just like, I hate both of these people. Oh my God, shut up. But it wouldn't surprise me if this was an even bigger professional pivot where he's like, I have to stop doing action stuff. I need to settle into like meatier roles that aren't just about
maybe
this sort of physicality. So like this seems like an early first step in that sort of transformation, like leaving action
Although Chris
behind.
Pratt kind of did this and he didn't really leave action behind, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I think also Chris Evans is like, one of his things is he's like funny too. Like he actually also has like a personality that is likable that maybe he wants to lean into. But can we focus on the Who in the scenario, which is his
Alba Baptista.
long time year-plus girlfriend, Alba Baptista, who I thought I'd never heard of, but turns out was the star in one of my favorite movies of the year, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Yeah.
It's streaming now. You can go watch it on like Amazon
somewhere.
or
It's like
something.
Hulu or HBO. I keep seeing it somewhere.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
it's on Amazon.
Okay, me
It's
too.
around. You should watch it.
Okay. Go watch it. Yeah.
Go watch it. Go watch Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Her star meter's up. She's number 5.
Her star meter, she's number 5 on the IMDb Pro Charts. We have to involve the star meter more in this show because...
Well, it's interesting because star meter usually implies you're in something buzzy, a work, but when you're dating Chris Evans, it has nothing to do with that. It's just your star meter bumps up. I wonder what they put as the dot. Usually they put their latest thing that they've done, but this bump to number...
She's also the star of this show Warrior Nun, which people love that I've never watched, but that's a very popular show. I believe it's on Netflix.
Sim, so imagina sexy nuns with guns. E é isso. É isso. É só isso que tens imaginar.
So it's not just Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. It's that. Okay, it says, this claims that it's because of the release of the new season of Warrior Nun, which was on November 10th, which I believe, but it's also probably because of Chris Evans.
Warrior Nun?
Warrior Nun, which is the Netflix show. Season 2 just premiered, and she's the star of it. It's like superhero-y. She's like she like kills demons. She's like kills demons.
The fact that it's on Netflix and she's a star, I will take that as like part of this little bump to number 5, but I do not think, I mean, she's up 598 bumps this week. Like she's up, she was at, add 5 to 598. She was at 604, 603.
Well, also the thing about the star meter, the star meter doesn't do external links. So like when you click on like what the related thing is here, it's only going to show you like internal IMDb links. So it's only going to say Warrior Nun. It's not going to say like Chris Evans.
What they're working on. It's not going to say like
Project.
she's dating Chris Evans. Right.
Yeah. It's project
That's
based.
true.
So she was interviewed by Parade magazine 2 years ago when Warrior Nun got renewed for a second season, and they asked her who her current celebrity crush was. And if the timing is right, they've been dating for just over a year. This is before they started dating. Her current celebrity crush, she had 2 of them, and they were Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart. That's a funny and charming answer. That's good.
Yeah.
That's the only part of this that I even want to pull out. We don't have to...
Girlie saw Twilight in high school, yeah.
And also, we were definitely going to talk about these two a few months ago, maybe in January when they were first spotted publicly together, but then it was so boring. It was like, okay, so
no, it was
what?
boring. She was following Chris's brother Scott, as well as accounts for Scott's partner and his dog.
On Instagram? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. I mean, I like that she was in Mrs. Harris because I liked that movie,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
a cute
like,
movie.
I know who she is. She was in Mrs. Harris.
It's a cute movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Chris Evans, but I was more interested in the idea of them releasing this People exclusive that they were dating on the heels of his Sexiest Man Alive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they know something we don't. Like, I feel like they know that a proposal is around the corner, like a Christmas or a New Year's proposal. Why else would they do this? These are just the most obvious breadcrumbs.
I think you
I'm
being
sort of like,
sus
ugh.
was like a very smart thing.
Well, thank
You're
you.
like, what is Chris Evans promoting? You know?
Yeah, thank you. It's never about the sexiest man alive. It's always about something else. It's about so much more than the sexiest man alive. Camila Mendes soft launched her boyfriend, Rudy Mancuso. I knew that's what you were waiting to say. He is not on Riverdale, which is a big deal in the Camila Mendes universe because she famously loves to date Riverdale
These girlies love
stars.
to date people on Riverdale.
Yes. Yes.
Her ex is Charles Melton, who we've talked about. Her new guy, this guy Rudy Mancuso, was big on Vine. Vine does not exist anymore,
I
and now
can't believe it.
on a show called Musica.
He's a musician first. So it's like he was on Vine, but he also wants to be a musician as well. Here's the thing. Here's why you don't know much about Musica. It's a movie written and directed by Rudy Mancuso.
Oh.
That's currently in
Okay.
post-production. We'll see if we ever get to see this anywhere but like the Roku original channel. She's in it.
She's in it. So they
It's-
fell in love or hooked up on set.
I think that they were already together. It seems like they were already making it and then she agreed to do it because...
Well, I want to just explain. I want to use this time to explain the difference between a hard launch and a soft launch because I feel like we're saying these as jokes, but they're actually quite real. Like, hard launch is like Kelly Ripa's son in a headline on Us Weekly. Like, Kelly Ripa's son exists, right? Soft launch is posting a picture of a guy on your Instagram whose face is covered by your dog, but I can see his tattoos on his arm. And if I do like one Google, I find out that those are the same tattoos of this guy who
Randy
you're working
Mancuso.
with on his movie. I'm just saying, like, that's a soft launch. That's sliding in some information. That's giving some clues. That's creating the infrastructure for us to know this without actually announcing it.
Yeah.
Although Us Weekly then did write about it.
Nicole Kang says in her Instagram comments, not this soft launch. And then soft launches also lead to seemingly language because we have Us Weekly, Riverdale star Camila Mendes seemingly confirms she's dating Musica star Rudy Mancuso.
Well, seemingly is the partner of the soft launch.
Mm-hmm.
If you soft launch something, you're going to get seemingly headlines.
They're joined at the hip, seemingly on soft launch. It is funny to watch people who were famous on Vine find other ways in, because when Vine ended, there was a lot of sort of like, oh, there were really talented people in here. Where are they going to go next? And it isn't exactly a one-to-one translation for TikTok. You know, like there's a there are different languages.
Welcome to Rudy's Kitchen. Tonight we're going to be cooking penne. Is it on fire? Yeah. Call the fire department? Yeah. We're going to be cooking penne by...
What's funny about this is that he definitely only got headlines for this. Everyone is referring to this like, oh, Musica stars Rudy Mancuso and Camila Mendes are spotted together or whatever. It's like people are acting like this movie is a big deal, but this movie kind of only exists in Hollywood press because of Camila Mendes. Like, it kind of has nothing to do with
she is
him.
executive producing.
Yes,
he's directing.
She's the star of this. You know, like she's the thing
For
that people
Amazon.
are connecting to.
He's going to be in The Flash.
Yeah, I know, but that could mean nothing at this point because The Flash is such a toxic property, you know?
Also, he used to date, I didn't know this, he used to date Maya Mitchell, who is a Foster's girlie.
Oh, you
She was
love the
on also
Fosters.
Good Trouble.
You love the Fosters.
I did, and then she moved back to Australia, and they broke up, I guess. Bye.
Just like Bye.
Mama told me play it cool.
Okay, it's official. Taylor Hale and Joseph Abdeen are dating. She's the happiest she's ever been.
Okay.
These are Big Brother people?
Oh, I have no idea. This is Timmy's realm. Notice all these bullet points are written by Timmy.
They're Big Brother people.
Read them.
Okay, I'll read them. She is former Miss Michigan USA and the first black female winner of Big Brother US, and also won America's Favorite Player, making her the first person to win both in the same season. She had a really hard time in the house and was bullied and was an underdog and a favorite and won the whole thing. Joseph was one of the only people to be kind to her throughout the entire thing, and they had a flirtatious energy while in the house.
So you could say that Timmy's really excited
Timmy's
about
a big Big Brother head. Timmy's a really
because now
big
they're
Big-
fucking.
What's funny about Timmy's commentary on all of these is that he's like, we knew they were together. They've made it very
Like the
clear that they're
fans
together.
knew. The
Yes.
fans already knew. Oh, they're cute.
Again, under the moon, we had just a moment, and you leaned in and kissed me.
Yes, but you guys know, in my defense, Taylor's eyes and stuff, like she was yelling. Yeah, like don't even, like I was literally like.
Well, you're not going to kiss without my consent.
Oh, no, of course. I was like,
Yeah.
I've seen this look in the house. It was hard enough to reject it there. I was like, no game now.
Yeah, no game.
They are
Okay,
really
they're
cute.
cute.
They did a Halloween thing together, you know. It is interesting always to see reality star people sort of like maintain headlines for as long as they possibly can.
Well, that's
You know?
always. I mean, it's
That's
funny
always
because
the
she
thing.
won. She literally won the show and was the first black woman to
This
do
past
so,
summer.
and yet the headlines are about her fucking her
Mhm.
co-star.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like interesting. You know,
You are now with your housemate.
As you
Good
should.
job, Mom.
As you
You're
should.
now with your housemate, Joseph. And so, like, are you living in the same city? Do you live together? What's happening?
I knew this was coming. I knew as
Yeah.
soon as we announced. It's like, okay, when you're getting your 8-carat ring, Taylor? No, we are still in separate cities. I'm in Detroit. He's in Florida. But I travel because I don't know. I'm really effing popular right now. So
Yes, you are.
We're comfortable.
Take advantage of it. What was your
she won $750,000 and an additional $50,000 for being America's favorite house guest.
I really have no idea how Big Brother works. Good for her. That's $800,000.
$750,000. That's a lot more than you win on Drag Race or anywhere else, really.
Mhm. Timmy says this was refreshing and mature for reality TV people. Timmy really loves these two, so I guess I love them too. I support them. I hope their wedding's amazing. Taylor's Lautner got married. That's it. That's enough. We don't need to lean on this.
Twilight's Taylor Lautner and longtime girlfriend Taylor Dome. I thought she was going by Tay to stop being.
They
to
are
not cause
privately.
confusion.
They are privately. But then they also said that their friends call them boy Tay and girl Tay, which is like, I have to stay away from this.
I love it. Do you, boy Tay, take girl Tay to be your lawfully wedded Taylor as you join hands and become two people who have the same exact name, which is kind of toxic.
Taylor Lautner.
What was she wearing? Where was she seen? She posted what on Instagram? She's the Who Queen. Tens of people want to know all about the number one Who. Lindsay, Bobby, tell us now. What's Rita Ora up to?
Who is this woman?
Rita and Taika, her maybe husband. He is her husband at this point. I feel like we have enough evidence there that he's her husband.
They had to have. They had to have.
They definitely got married, but
Well,
they've
we
not
have-
yet had a public. They've not mentioned it or referred to it publicly.
Daily Mail, who has always been sort of hesitant to confirm things like that, straight up calls Taika her husband in every story about them now. And I think that they weren't willing to do that as recently as like 2 months ago. And now they just do it. And now we said it. You
But
know,
it is
like,
kind
and
of
now they say it.
crazy, a little bit wacky that these two, who are in the public eye constantly and have been since they got reportedly married, actually married, have not actually mentioned in any sort of performance. Like people were like, oh, on the EMAs, will she wear like a wedding dress as a gag and then be like LMAO? She didn't do any of that. There was no reference or joke to these two having gotten married.
Which shocked
Which
me.
is kind of weird considering that they're literally hosting an award show together. This is not his normal job. This is not what he does.
No.
This is what she does. She's done it before.
It was weird
It's
that they
just
didn't use
very
this
weird.
platform for like a bigger splash. It's weird. Why else? Also, why would you hire them if you didn't want a big splash?
That's what if I was the producer of the EMAs, I would be like, okay, so we're just hiring you to do this like straight, like face value.
Whoa! Hello! Willkommen in Düsseldorf!
Wow, look at you!
You are looking good!
And can I say we are looking good if I do say myself? What do you guys think? We look all right or what?
Perfect, right? Now listen, I'm here representing Hollywood and the film world, and I heard that you music people, you know how to party and get crazy, so I've come to get some notes.
Yeah.
I know Rita's got a lot of costumes planned for the
Obviously.
night, so I'm going to try and keep up with her. I know you
We're gonna have
music
some
people
fun.
have an attention span of about 3 minutes, so I've got to keep changing it up to keep you interested. So tonight I'm channeling my inner pop star.
Do it. You are so good. You're doing all right so far.
Thank you.
So I watched some of this off and on. They did an okay job. I don't know. She changed outfits a bunch of times. So did he. There was a very awkward moment backstage live with Taylor Swift that Rita Ora barely pulled off. I'll play some audio there. That was really
Taylor's
funny.
Was it you or Timmy who pointed out, like, I watched the Taylor Swift
Me.
clips. Taylor's voice, like, I had forgotten what she sounds like when she's just speaking. It's so strange.
She's riffing with them in a way that works against.
It's so uncomfortable.
What is it? Oh, an award. Oh. Another one. I got it. Well, we just thought we'd like to say that this is just.
Said you were saying hi, but I'm so happy to know that this is actually mine. I just. They said you guys wanted me back here, so I came.
Also, I'm pretty happy you're in this dressing room, and to be honest, please stay. Can you stay?
It's indeed another award that is for me, and we didn't just make a mistake because we're all having a good time. I would like to say thank you to the fan. Oh, it's Best Pop.
I'll tell you what it's for. It's for Best Pop.
Okay, so I will say I do some genre shifting throughout my career, and so I know how hard it is to be in pop music. You got to wear a lot of sequins.
Yeah, Rita's in her element. She's a good host. At one point, she was playing Stein beer pong, like German Stein
With
beer pong
BB.
with BB Rexa. She
Mhm.
kept calling her Albanian sister. She did it twice. I was like, all right, you did it twice. Enough already. And she also did other stuff like attend the, Woman of the Year awards and for Glamour with her mother Vera and sister Elena. And she picked up an award for Entertainer of the Year or something insane?
I think so. It was something like Entertainer of the Year. Glamour Woman of the Year Entertainer, which is could mean anything. Winning Glamour Woman of the Year Entertainer could really mean anything, but she deserves it.
She won a boho gown to pick up the entertainer gong. I guess that's the award. It's a gong. While Kim Cattrall bags icon accolade at the Glamour Women of the Year Awards. These feel very much like the Show Up Awards. If you're there, you're family. If you're here, you're family.
If you're here, you're going home with something. That's what it is.
If you're here, which is why I was shocked when none other than Gail went all the way to Dusseldorf to perform, but then didn't win the award. Yeah, they gave it to a K-pop band that wasn't even there. This Rita segment is so much. She also literally, her music was featured in a Belvedere ad that was directed by her husband Taika and starred none other than Daniel Craig.
That's weird. It's giving Guy Ritchie what Taika Waititi's doing with this Belvedere vodka ad. I think that's only because of Daniel Craig, but
I just don't. Yeah, I mean, Daniel Craig kind of gives Guy Ritchie in his swagger, but it's also just giving, like, I thought Rita Ora had her own tequila line. It's giving conflict. It's giving business conflict.
yeah, it makes their relationship seem like a great economic choice for both of them. I think that both of them,
The more they do stuff together, the more of a
money they
business
get.
arrangement their relationship feels like.
really
Not
does.
that I think that it is a business. Not that I think it's like
No.
a beard or some sort of situation, but I
No.
do think that like they are not doing a good job convincing us that they actually like each other.
what I get here, well, I feel like they get along great. I'm convinced that they get along great and that they have a really fun time together. But I feel like they, more so than most couples, have like a joint shamelessness that leads to things like this Belvedere vodka thing and things like this MTV EMA thing. Like, it's strange. No one else can do it. Like, there aren't other couples that could do both of these things in ways that are not embarrassing. You know, like, neither of these projects are embarrassing, and they're somehow
somehow works.
lucrative. You know?
And Rita Ora has very smartly elevated her name to be in the same kind of like, oh, this Belvedere ad stars Daniel Craig, is directed by Taika Waititi, and scored by Rita Ora. It's like, okay, well, like, she's up there with those three brags, which is, I gotta say, like, she's doing it. She's
really doing it. Like, it's weird how much they have elevated each other while at the same time doing sort of like vaguely embarrassing things. I'm impressed
for their
by
own
that.
in their own careers, right?
Yeah.
There's kind of a leveling up and a leveling down to meet in the middle of impressive mediocrity in terms of like the industry, like posting the EMAs together, for example.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that just in terms of styling each other, like they are both so glamorous and chic. You know, like they still give good red carpet, I guess is what I'm saying. You know, like you want them at their event. You want them at your event always.
Of course.
Which is a kind of currency that you can't really buy that. You know, like you can't really fake that.
They're both fun.
Okay, we're done. Thank you for listening to another episode of Who Weekly. Thank you to Katie and Eric of The Who's for providing our Rita theme song. Thank you to Timmy, our research and editorial assistant, for researching and editorializing and going to the Nikki Reed photography exhibit and leaving a voice memo for us.
Thank you.
Support us on patreon.com/whoweekly for bonus episodes, a Discord server, commentary tracks, all sorts of things, and more. You can also subscribe to get the audio within your Apple Podcasts app. Keep calling in at 619-WHO-THEM to leave questions, comments, and concerns for our Friday show, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.